Yay, I finished my sweater. So, I've been working on the sweater way too long. It took me about 2 weeks maximum to make a sweater, and I just haven't had any time in the past couple months. Really, for almost a year, I guess. It's been a little bit crazy. But I finally finished the sweater. I got all the ends woven in tonight. So now I just get to wash it and wait until it gets cold, I guess. Although it has been kind of a little too chilly in the house and at work. I actually had to turn the temperature up a little bit in the house because everywhere I sit just happens to be right under the vent. I don't know how that works, but it gets a little bit too cold in here, so maybe I'll wear it at home or, whatever. It'll be cold soon enough. I mean, I can tell that the seasons are changing pretty rapidly. And I was at work pretty late tonight. I had a really productive week, which was good. I got a lot of stuff caught up. I'm almost completely caught up with where I need to be. It doesn't mean that the craziness is over because I still have more deadlines looming that I haven't worked towards at all. So it's still going to be another couple crazy weeks. And then I've got a lot of preparation to do for the fall and winter selling season and everything. So it's still going to be a crazy time. But for now, I feel a little bit relieved, and that's good. So I've got this sweater off the needles. I'm going to pick up my globe again and start working on that again. I had put it down because I just couldn't concentrate on that. I just wanted to get everything else I had going done, and then I could pick it back up. So that'll be good. Maybe get Africa re-knit, and then make it up to the equator, and then I have to chart out the northern hemisphere. It isn't charted yet, so that should be interesting. But doing that project, knitting the earth, has just kind of reminded me how much I love intarsia knitting and picture knitting and all that. So it's fun to be able to do it because, and I've done it for work before and written the patterns, even though the overall product is really impressive. It doesn't sell that well because it's kind of a niche audience that wants that kind of thing. So I get to do it for me now. But I'm very, very exhausted. It's going to be a busy weekend. I've got a lot of housekeeping to do for my business and things like that, and probably have to check in at work because I've got some test knitters with deadlines coming up, so that's going to be interesting. A lot of people have a lot of questions. And tomorrow morning I was supposed to start a dance class. It's a drop-in thing, so it's not like I have an official start date, but my husband reminded me that he is in a qualifying round for a fly tying competition, so I'm going to go there and support him. I told him that if we do that, we have to do some sort of exercising later in the day, so he did agree to take a walk. And I don't know what we'll do or where we'll go, but I have some ideas. And we just kind of walk around the mall because it tends to be a little too hot in the summertime for us to be running around on the pavement. But I don't know. I'm hoping that maybe tomorrow will be different. But we could always just go walk down by the river or something. That'd be nice. And it looks like the offerings of public education classes in this county have gotten a lot better. And I found a beginner's Zumba class, which I think I'm going to sign up for because it's actually super cheap and it's a time that I can actually make it, because nothing ever happens when I can make it to a class unless it happens on the weekend. But anything that happens before 7 p.m. I can't do. But this happens to be on my weekend, which is Monday. But it'd be good because, I tried to do Zumba before, and I love dancing, and I love moving. And the problem was I went to a drop-in Zumba class, and I had no idea what to do, and they didn't instruct us. So basically, I just sort of stood there while everybody ran into me. and that wasn't very good. So I figure if I actually go and learn how to put my feet in the right place, while I will look like an idiot, everyone else will look like an idiot as well, and then by the time I get done with that class and can move on to real Zumba class where they don't have to actually teach anything, I won't look like an idiot, hopefully. But I've just been realizing that carrying around the container for 60 pounds of human flesh is getting a little old, and I'd like to shrink that down a little bit. So it seems like most of what I've got going on right now is a sort of deflated fat sack. So that's kind of gross, but that's what it is. You know, I mean, that there was a whole lot of human stuffed into the skin that I have, and you know, I think it's funny. Everyone's saying, "Oh, you're young; it'll bounce back." But where is back? I've always been overweight, so I have no idea where back is. I don't even know if I can lose the skin because, I mean, I've had my stretch marks since I was 10 years old. That's when I started gaining weight. So, you know, I have no idea what back looks like. I don't know if I can lose the skin that I've had for so long. So, I guess we'll see. Yeah, and then the other thing I gotta do this weekend is pick gobs of tomatoes. I've got that one bush completely ripened, so I've got 2 trays of tomatoes. Probably not more than maybe 10 pounds right now, but it'll probably be more like 15 by the end of the weekend. So, you know, 15 pounds of tomatoes, you can do a good bit of stuff with that. So I'm going to find a recipe, and if all goes well, we'll be getting our pears this weekend, but I'm not entirely sure yet, so I have to double check, ask my husband to see if he's heard from his friend or not, if we're getting those pears. But oh my gosh, have I been doing canning. Oh, I'm exhausted. Canning up pickles and the tomatoes that we'd picked a couple weeks ago and all of that. And oh my goodness, it just never ends. But, you know, you never slow down, you never grow old, gray hair or not.